All right, happy Sunday, people. So I know tomorrow's the 4th, so I wanted to put together a quick 9 tips to stay on track over the 4th. And this is assuming you're trying to lose weight or even just maintain it. These are 9 of kind of my tips to make sure that kind of happens for you. So basically, 1, start creating your strategy early. Okay, not preparing is preparing to fail. Coach John Goodwood from the UCLA, you probably don't even care, but the famous basketball team. Okay, so going into the 4th of July barbecue without knowing what foods you'll encounter basically can lead to last minute stress over how to allocate, how to calculate how many calories, how big of portions, and all that stuff. So to offset the surprises, if you will, ask your host about the menu before you arrive. Okay. And if you're hosting, you know what you're going to have. So that way you'll have the heads up, essentially, and it'll help you save your budget, your caloric budget, for items you actually really love, and give you the opportunity to bring low-calorie health options as well. So essentially, if you know you're going to have one client, Stacy, she is like, hey, if my mom makes homemade ice cream with bananas or blueberries, I'm not going to touch it. But if she makes homemade vanilla ice cream, I'm going to have some. If you know ahead of time of what they're going to make, your hosts, you can plan. So if it's the fruit stuff, which I totally am on track, I don't do fruit ice cream. I don't need to worry about it. But if she's going to have vanilla ice cream, then I can calculate that ahead of time, and I know how many calories I consume for breakfast, for lunch, or whatever I can allocate for it. Okay, the second thing is make smart swaps. Okay, so to save calories, a simple hack that I like is to use non-fat Greek yogurt in place of sour cream in like dip, or a mayo substitute in like potato salad. Another switcheroo to try is, instead of tortilla chips, like when the people have dip, bring semi-sweet peppers and slice them up, and you can dip that in like guacamole or whatever the dip is, and that way really the pepper is pretty much calorie free, and so you really only have to count the dip. Okay, the third thing, and this is big, especially if your family's like big into chips and snacking, and I know one of our main habits is no snacking, but this is a hard one, is bring single serving bags of chips, pretzels, whatever typically, or at least provide that if you're the host. Because here's the thing, like if you just get a party-sized bowl of potato chips, okay, it can lead to over snacking, overeating, super easy. You go buy it, you grab 1 or 2. You go grab it, you buy it. Before you know, you've eaten the whole bag of stinking chips. So whether you're hosting or attending a get-together as a guest, portion-controlled single-serving items can help you with when the munchies kind of hit, or to keep your munching in check. Another item is bring your own. You can nibble. So like if you're going to host, just like especially if you're a lady, if you're a dude, you can make fanny packs are kind of in, so you can bring a fanny pack. You can bring your own little baggies, and you can nibble straight from the bag without accidentally blowing your caloric budget. And then this is a tip that I like to do sometimes, is if you get like, let's say like Doritos. I love Doritos, and like if you get a single bag, like one of the mini bags, it's like 140, 150 calories. And I'll get half of those, and I'll get a salad, and then I crunch it and put it over the top, so it's like a little bit of crunchy, and it's delicious. But anyway, the 4th tip I have is freeze fruit for I couldn't think of something cool to say, so this sounds really lame now that I say it, but freeze fruit for icy fun. Woo! Anyway, so what I mean by that is add grapes, blueberries, and other bite-sized fruit in a reusable bag, and then toss it into the freezer or into your host freezer when you arrive at the party. Then when the outdoor temperature starts to climb and you're dying and you're hot, you have a really cool, super low-calorie snack. Grapes are a little bit higher, but like blueberries and strawberries are like hardly have any calories in them. And if they're frozen, it gives you something cool and refreshing to munch on while everybody else is having cheesecake and all this other crap that's going to make them feel bloated, fat, so on and so forth. That doesn't behoove your goals where you're trying to get to. Okay, 5 is just to be cognizant and consider your condiments. Okay, it's really easy to do a few squirts of ketchup, a few squirts of barbecue sauce, or whatever. And over time, not calculate it and not think about it, it adds up pretty quick to hundreds of calories. Okay, and they're pretty much just sugar calories. And if you don't get the stuff that's made with sugar, it's pretty much all high fructose sugar, which is terrible and is like is, oh man, I forget the study, but basically they had rats. This is a little bit of a digression. They had rats consume basically let's just say it was more than this, but just say 100 calories of just sugar. They had another set of rats consume just 100 calories in high fructose corn syrup. These rats gained like 5 pounds. These rats gained like 15. They were eating the same amount of calories, but this fake crap they were eating just destroyed their bodies. The same goes for high fructose corn syrup. So anyway, don't do that. And the whole point of that was, number 5, consider your condiments. 6, go for grated cheese, okay? So if you feel like your burger, your salad, whatever it is, it has to have cheese, otherwise it's not a complete burger. Instead of using sliced cheese, just grate and sprinkle some cheese on top, because you're still going to get the flavor, and it's going to save you a ton of calories, okay? And that's a simple hack. And that wasn't originally my idea. I forget who taught me that back in the day, but I really like it, and it's really smart. So you just grate some cheese. Don't think you just put on a whole slab. Can save you like almost 100 calories. All right. So 7, this I learned because I was a missionary kid in Brazil. Do dessert on the grill, okay? So when you're done with dinner, what you can do is toss fruit on the barbecue and grill it for delicious dessert that's not going to deplete your budget. So like what I love doing this with pineapple. Some cinnamon. You put some cinnamon and cut it up in like about this thick and put that over the grill. It is delicious. It's my personal favorite. You won't even feel like it's not a dessert. It is amazing. Okay. The 8 is just get rid of your leftovers. Okay. So if you're the host, let's be honest, having a fridge full of like extra cupcakes or leftover goodies is going to make it a lot more challenging to stay on track after your guests go home, right? So to eliminate that temptation, what I want you to do towards the end of your party is set out boxes or collapsible storage containers and just invite your guests to take whatever left out there on their way out, so you don't have to deal with it. They're going to appreciate the gesture, and you're going to stand to benefit the next time you step on the scale. Plus, it might even save you some cleanup time, right? And storage space. And then lastly, try to drink as much water as possible, especially if you're planning on having a few cocktails throughout the day or in the evening. Water is not a magic pill, but it's pretty stinking close. It's going to make you feel fuller, so you're not going to eat as much before or even after your meal. And in addition, like alcohol dehydrates you, so if you drink copious amounts of water during the day, at least you'll be ahead of the game, okay? So those are kind of my 9 key habits, or tips rather, that I just wanted to get you aware of before tomorrow. Questions on any of those, let me know. But regardless, I hope you have a great and awesome July 4th. All right, bye.